there's been a big move in this country to raise the minimum wage because they say that if I get a job at Taco Bell slinging hash, that it's not a living wage. I can't afford to raise a family on my Taco Bell, and I just use Taco Bell as an example. Please, if you represent Taco Bell, don't write me letters. I'm just using that as a fast food. It's mostly actually McDonald's they're going after because McDonald's is so big. And in fact, in Washington, D.C., they're trying to pass a law saying if you work at Walmart, you have to be paid a living wage. I got news for you. If you raise the minimum wage from $5 to $10 or whatever it is now, all you do is make hamburgers $11 because the guy who's making the hamburgers, the owner of the business, has to raise prices in order to pay the wage. It's as simple as that. Their attitude seems to be, well, the owner of this company will just have to take less profits. The CEO will have to take less pay. I don't know what planet these people are from that think that a business owner is going to lower his profit margin in order to pay people more wages. You'd have to be brain damaged to do that. You just raise your prices. Okay, fine. I'm going to make it $11 an hour. But fine, we'll pay you $11 an hour. But now a Big Mac's going to cost $22.50. And which makes it a revolving argument because now the guy who's earning the minimum wage in the first place, he lives on fast food, junk food, and low-cost items, so now he's got to earn more. He's back in the same boat, along with the rest of us who earn a living wage, right? The whole point of paying minimum wage is it's a minimum job. I don't care. People say to me, I work really hard at Taco Bell, and I don't care if you work hard. It's an entry-level job. That's an incentive for you to do a better job somewhere else, to get a better job. And if you work hard enough, maybe you be a shift supervisor, get an extra $1 an hour. Then you work your way up to management. There was an interview with a McDonald's owner complaining about the price of corn causing the price of beef to go up. It was a story involving ethanol. But the owner of the McDonald's was an owner of 4 McDonald's. And you know what he started out as? A trainee at McDonald's. Something like 10 years ago or something. I didn't go in. The article wasn't about him. It was about corn and price. But I noticed that he was a trainee who worked his way up. He didn't want to live on minimum wage. He wanted more for his wife, for his family. That's the point. And don't tell me that minimum wage workers deserve more. Frankly, with the service I get and what they have to do for a living, a monkey could do better. It's just slinging hash. I took a minimum wage job in my life, sure. I worked for college as a part-time job, earned a little extra money. But I didn't think of it as a career move. I mean, who's making a career of flipping a burger? That's somebody who's also brain damaged. If you think that you should earn a living wage flipping burgers, something's wrong with you. You obviously have no desire to be a better person or contribute more to society than flipping a burger. Frankly, they should replace them all with robots. Because it would give more jobs on the other end, making the robots and servicing the robots, which are higher technology and naturally higher paying jobs. We'd be all better off. They had that same argument with low-level other industries, and we were eventually placed by robots. It turned out made more money making robots, or whatever it is, automatons, or whatever the technical term of it is. I'm not trying to lower or demean people who work in fast food restaurants. I want them to face reality. The reason it's a minimum wage job is because, frankly, it doesn't require a lot of skills, and you're easily replaceable. It's the value of the job. If you raise this minimum a job to $22 an hour, what happens to the people up top? It destroys the middle class. Absolutely destroys it. That's what this is all about, really. It's the destruction of the middle class. They want to make everybody equal. That's the goal of socialism, right? To make everyone equal. Well, what you do is everybody gets food, everybody has a job, everybody's working for the same wage, but you ain't got anything else because nobody has any desire or ability to make anything themselves. Why should I, as working as a flipper, earn $20 an hour if I could get that? Why should I want to become, let's say, a very skilled mechanic in an automobile if it pays the same? Why not work something easy? I mean, if everybody gets a living wage working in McDonald's or Taco Bell, you might as well take that job, right? Because it's easier. Just go through life like a zombie. And that's what people do, go through life as a zombie. A lot of people do that. They just go through life as a zombie. If you've ever seen, I forget his name, Mark, he does films on this, and they're zombie. He got people to sign a petition saying mandatory euthanasia for anyone over 60. People just go through life as a zombie. Just don't pay attention. They don't care. As long as they're paid, and then they go play, do whatever they want in their free time. They go through the motions at work. Why should those people get a raise? Why should people who just go through the motions at work get a raise? I believe in earning things. This is the elevation of mediocrity in this society. Let's make everyone equal. Let's make everyone fair. Let's give everyone the same wage, right? That way you can choose whatever you want to do, except the reality is everyone chooses to do the easy jobs and nothing gets done. That's just the reality. Socialism and liberalism always fails to address the simple issue of human nature. That's what it's all about, human nature. When Stalin came in to the Soviet Union, and really socialism and communism is a slight turn of the coin, and said, we're going to provide food to everybody, but whatever you make, you got to turn into the government. So what did everybody do? Nobody made anything. Well, if I'm going to get it no matter what I do, no matter what I produce, I might as well just produce as little as possible, right? Why put the effort in? Nothing to gain. The profit motive and the motive to become better than you are, the struggle, like we were talking about, that is what motivates human beings, truly motivates human beings, the profit motive. If somebody doesn't have the profit motive, it's why many people, believe it or not, become doctors and physicians. There's a huge profit motive. It's not easy to become a doctor or a physician. There's a reason why they get paid a lot of money. The work that they have to do is not just the schoolwork. There's an enormous amount of physical and emotional burden that is placed upon a person before they become doctor. Ridiculous hours, abuse, emotional and physical abuse to become a physician. Why? The reward at the end of the rainbow, or the dirt road to the rainbow, is enormous, potentially. Not so much anymore with Obamacare. They want to end that. Nobody's allowed to make any money. That's horrible. That's evil. I got news for Mr. Obama. That's what's motivating people to do anything of any value. If you give everybody a living wage, as they say, which turns out it won't be, if you bump everybody up twice the minimum wage or 3 times the minimum wage of what it is currently, what will happen is people just won't put the effort in to become anything better. Why bother? And that kind of ennui, as I say, settles in on a society. It starts to affect other things. Artists don't really work that hard. They go, why bother? Just pump out art. Hard work is devalued. Work ethic is devalued. Just everyone becomes an automaton, biological robot. Just because it doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Nobody has a care. Nobody has any desire. A pall settles in over society. They never discuss that. The assembly line worker just has no desire to educate himself, no desire to get a better job. Even when I was working part-time and helping to put myself through school, and later on years I worked full-time and went to school, there was always a desire to do something better, to earn more money. What's the better job out there? What will pay me more? What can I learn to do better, or better than anyone else, and earn more money? If you remove that, that desire, nobody wants to do anything then. It's just nature of it. Now, there be people who want to do a better job, as far as there are some people that are always against the grain, and there are some people that will always want to better themselves. But if you get enough to live on low level, in a simple job, you won't ever move on to anything else. I firmly believe that. And they say, well, I can't raise a family. Well, train yourself to do something better. Become more productive as a member of society. You have a debt to society, each individual. You owe society. Society doesn't owe you. You owe society in the sense that you have to become a productive individual so that you don't become a drain on society. That was what Ayn Rand was talking about in the concept of selfishness. Not that you should be greedy, but that you should be as productive as person as possible to, one, make yourself not a burden on society, and two, you contribute back to society by making a lot of money and producing better things, engineering better trains, building better planes, coming up with ideas that further the seeking of knowledge of mankind. You're not going to contribute anything of value to society slinging hash at a Taco Bell, going home, getting high, and playing video games. You're just a drain. You're just occupying space. You have a responsibility to provide not only for yourself and your family, but also for society. Knowledge, intelligence, labor. And that has been completely lost in today's youth. They have no desire to do anything for anything else. Oh, they talk about charity. Oh, you should do 10% of your money or pay your taxes as an investment. But that's not really contributing to society. That's just making more dependents like yourself. Now, I'm not against charities. Whatever. I donate my charities. I always donate anonymously. Any charity work I do is anonymous, other than public speaking, which I do for charities as well. I'm a motivational speaker. But you have a responsibility to give back to society. It's not just taxes. That's how mankind becomes greater than he is now. If everyone was sitting on their couch getting high and playing video games and doing nothing with their life, just existing, going to Taco Bell, taking home their money, we would never have gone to the moon. We would never have invented the automobile. If Henry Ford had sat goofing off, going to his patent job, who was Edison, had a patent clerk job. You don't make money because you are a patent clerk. You make money as a patent clerk to be something better. That's why I always hate the idea, what do you do for a living? What I do for a living makes money. But that's so I can go on and do more. So I can do bigger and better things. I'm not a machine that just pumps out money for the state. I don't believe in outsourcing my charity to government. I want to be as productive a member of society as I can. And that's completely lost. And the idea that you can simply pay more money and they get rich that way, or be better a person, or support themselves, is absolutely patently false. The only way people can support themselves is if they be a better person, become better educated, learn more skills. I tell people in my top 13 ways to economic success, you should be constantly making yourself more valuable to your employer. Get yourself schooled, educated. Learn things that the employer needs for the job, for the business. That's how you move up, believe it or not. You become more valuable to your employer so that if you leave, it becomes a drain on the employer. So he doesn't want it. He'll pay you more of that. Because you'll say, hey, listen, Mr. Smith, I've been working for you for now a year and a half, 2 years. I would like to move up in the company. I've learned this, and that, and I want some more money. Because I do all this stuff for you. I make you rich. I make you more profitable. I'm value to you. Will you do this? Will you pay me more? Or will you give me promotion, earn more, or more responsibility? Because that's how a promotion works. You get more responsibility. And if he says no, I go start looking for another job. You won't promote me. See ya. And then when you leave, or you threaten to leave, or you think, or he thinks that you're going to leave, he's either going to do one of two things. He's going to let you go because you're not of value, or he's going to pay you more to keep you. A good businessman, anyway, that's the way they work.